Why does Islam claim to restore original monotheism without original sources? Islam often claims that it came to restore original monotheism, the pure worship of one God that was supposedly corrupted over time by Jews and Christians. But this claim raises an important historical question. Restore it from what sources? To restore something accurately, you need access to the original material. Yet Islam appears more than 6 centuries after Christianity and nearly 2,000 years after Judaism, without possessing original manuscripts, eyewitness testimony, or continuous historical records from those earlier periods. Instead, it critiques and corrects traditions whose sources are far older and better documented. Historically, Judaism is the first clearly identifiable monotheistic religion. Long before Islam, the Jewish people worshipped one God exclusively, rejected idols, and recorded their beliefs in written scripture. The Hebrew Bible predates Islam by well over a millennium, and Jewish monotheism is attested not only in scripture, but also in archaeology, inscriptions, and external historical records. So if Islam claims to restore original monotheism, the question becomes, why does it disagree so often with Judaism, the earliest monotheistic tradition we can verify historically? Instead of aligning with Jewish theology, the Quran frequently revises Jewish narratives, laws, and theological concepts, without citing earlier sources or explaining how it knows better. The same issue applies to Christianity. These writings were copied, circulated, debated, and preserved across vast regions. Islam arrives centuries later and claims that both Jews and Christians misunderstood their own scriptures, yet it does so without presenting earlier manuscripts to support its corrections. What we often find instead is that the Quran retells familiar stories in abbreviated form, sometimes altering key details to fit Islamic theology. These versions frequently resemble later Jewish commentary or Christian apocryphal traditions rather than the earliest biblical texts. That raises a serious historical concern. How can a later source claim greater accuracy while relying on later traditions? Muslims often respond by saying the Quran comes from divine revelation, not historical transmission. But that answer moves the claim from history into theology. From a historical standpoint, a restoration claim without original sources is impossible to verify. In contrast, Judaism and Christianity preserve their scriptures through traceable manuscript traditions. Scholars can compare copies, track changes, and study development over time. Islam, however, asks the audience to accept correction without documentation. So the real issue is not whether Islam teaches monotheism. It clearly does. The issue is whether it can credibly claim to